thing you just pulled off, Commander. Curing the Genophage? I never thought I'd see the day.
Wrex has agreed to help the Turians, Admiral. We should get their full support.
I take it that leaves the Salarians out of the equation.
The cost of their support was too high, sir.
Well, I'll defer to your judgment on that, Commander. Let's hope we don't need them. Hackett, out.
Commander, Urdnot Wrex has begun sending troops to Palaven. You kept your end of the bargain, and now I'll keep mine. The Turian hierarchy will stand with humanity against the Reapers.
I'm glad we can help each other out. It's the only way we're gonna defeat the Reapers.
That much is certain. To that end, several dry dock ships are ready to help build the Crucible. Garrus will coordinate them.
Yes, sir.
And when the time comes to deploy it, the full measure of our fleet will be there for Earth. May the spirits watch over us all.
I'll start managing Turian support right away, Shepard. You must be exhausted. More than dying. It can't be easy.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
We both know you need a clear head to win a war. There's no room for mistakes here. You should catch some shut-eye. I'll make sure Joker doesn't launch any suicide missions.
Anything happens, you let me know.
Again, this dream sequence. Let's see. Get ourselves some ghosts and the kid again. The second time we actually seen the kid. If I go that way, do the ghosts disappear? Okay, not all of those ghosts have something to say. There is some bright light over there. And the kid's over there. Where do we go? Let's just get to the park bench. Right. Now we're going after a dead kid again. Perfect. There it is. Interesting. Look at that. The ghosts seem to follow the kid. Interesting.
It's open.
Shepard, there's something you need to hear.
All right.
Is this a bad time?
Nah. Nah, Let's get to business. Let's get to business is a little heartless, isn't it?
Thinking of some friends who aren't around thanks to this war.
That's thanks to the Reapers, not you. Are you thinking about anyone in particular?
I'm assuming. Oh.
Caden, back on Vermeer. He died buying us time to defeat Sovereign. Seeing what we're up against now, you might think his sacrifice was in vain.
You know Caden would never think that.
Yeah. That's one more reason I miss him. Didn't you have something for me?
The Salarian Councilor has an urgent matter.
Let me guess. He called the comm room?
The Council must be taking the Crucible seriously. I'll see you downstairs.
Commander, there is something we should discuss, if you are finished rewriting history.
I made my decision, Counselor. There's not much anyone can do about it now.
Yes. We're going to have billions more Krogan in the galaxy. It's a good thing you saved my life once, Shepard. Otherwise, well... I have concerns about humanity's representative, Councilor Udina. My agents have discovered that he's using his authority to move vast sums of money. For what purpose? We're not sure.
Mm-hmm.
If Udina's dirty, it's best we get to the bottom of it fast.
Agreed. Come to the Citadel. We will review the evidence and discuss this in private. Valorn out.
Commander, Admiral Hackett's available on VidCom.
Ooh, look at this. Harvesting. What? And Hackett also. Alright, looks like we are going to talk to some of them right now. Again. And I also got myself a few points to level up stuff. Look at that. Let's get something in fortification. Increases shield recharge by zone so much. Increases power damage and force by 30 while fortification. Yeah, which is always the case. Let's do that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, look at that. We're almost maxed out. Nice.
Commander Shepard, something you need to talk about?
What's our state of readiness, Admiral?
I won't lie, Shepard. We're bogged down. Things aren't looking good in most sectors. We need to increase the tempo and chalk up some wins, otherwise this won't end well for the human race. Or any race.
What about the extra help we picked up along the way?
The Krogan and Turians have obviously been a big help. Urdnot Wrex running the show is a bonus for us. And that female Krogan you rescued is rallying more support from the other clans. I'm glad you disabled that mom in Tuchanka. We could have lost a lot of Krogan support as it is. We picked up some Turian troops.
Good to hear. How about the Salarians?
Interesting wrinkle. We've been getting back-channel commitments from the strike teams within STG. They're promising to back us.
Even after I cured the Genophage?
Our intel suggests there are cracks developing between the military and the politicians. These STG guys know the score. They're not going to jeopardize the entire Salarian Union just because some Delatrass didn't get her way.
What about the Rachni?
I wouldn't have believed it, but the Rachni are helping us build the Crucible.
You're kidding.
Turns out they have a knack for weapons of mass destruction. In hindsight, I guess they'd know a thing or two about waging a galactic war.
No problems with them then?
Other than scaring the hell out of our engineers, no. Not a lot of small talk going on there.
What about Aria's mercenaries?
Aria T'Lok, there's someone I never thought we'd be in bed with. The blood pack will be useful, and violent. Mostly Vorchai here. We'll put the Blue Suns to good use. Intel says Narner Vosk is bringing his men, and that they're gunning for a fight. The Eclipse are providing troops and mechs. When we find a Reaper soft spot, they'll help us hit it. Don't want to know how you got Aria's cooperation, but whatever you did, it was worth it.
Do you know how the other races are doing against the Reapers?
Believe it or not, the Turians and Krogan actually seem to be getting along. Urdnot Wrex has deployed troops, and they're giving the Reapers a moment of pause. The Salarians are still hanging on to Sirkesh, but the Reapers are starting to breathe down their necks too.
What about the Asari?
They have to be feeling the heat. The Reapers are moving fast with the obvious intent of taking Thessia. Interestingly, the Reapers are leaving Parnak alone. It's the Yog homeworld.
Can't say that I blame them. Yog have teeth.
If we lose this war, it might be them running the next cycle. It's easy to forget the Reapers don't destroy every species.
Just the ones who can threaten them. Any word on the Volus and Elcor?
The Turians and the Krogan sent forces to the Volus homeworld, Irun. It might not be enough, but at least they've got Reaper forces bogged down in a nasty ground war. As for Elcor, they're still in the fight, though our projections show the Reapers encroaching on their territory soon.
What happened to the Batarians?
Never stood a chance, hit by the Reapers straight out of the gate. And without any allies to call on, I think the Batarians are history.
This does not seem right because I destroyed that gate. Some of the safe stuff did not get transferred, it seems.
Have we heard anything from the Quarians or Geth?
Something might be brewing near the Geth border, but our intel is sketchy. News is getting harder to come by as things get worse.
Nothing more, sir.
Keep me posted. Hackett out.
Alright. So, we got that much done. Let's just have a little bit more of a, episode in the ship. See, but woo! It was previously down here, and with the Krogans it jumped a lot. I have a decent amount of strength, but this is still not all of it. Let's look at the Krogan support. We got Urdnot Wrex. Urdnot Wrex fought alongside Commander Shepard during the Reaper's first invasion attempt in 2183. Afterwards, he returned to Tuchanka and spent the following years raising the leadership of his clan, championing progressive methods meant to strengthen the Krogan as a whole. Conservative elements were unhappy, but news of a successful cured Genophage has solidly united all of Tuchanka under Wrex's command. Hailed not only as a great warrior, but a savior, the Krogan will follow Urdnot Wrex into the maws of the Reapers themselves. And the Krogan Clans, centuries of Krogan infighting, abruptly halted, with the news of a cure of the Genophage. With their future restored, Tuchanka's clans have united in a show of force not seen since the Ragnar War. The clans have also been stockpiling weapons of mass destruction for decades. Thankfully, a full destructive force can now be turned on the Reapers instead of Tuchanka. Their strength, size, and regenerative powers make the Krogan ideal shock troops. Cannon fodder, basically. And the whole clan of Urdnot. Clan Urdnot has become the unofficial but uncongested representative body of Krogan power to the rest of the galaxy. Within the past decade, Urdnot's warriors have either absorbed or wiped out clans Nagmor, Jordan, Quash, and even the legendary ferocious clan Rake. The discovery of the fertile Urdnot female rallied even more Krogan, regardless of affiliation to Urdnot's banner. And mercenary Krogans. Many Krogan went fortune-seeking out in the lawless terminus systems. Their imposing bulk and infamous brutality won them prizes, positions as bodyguards and mercenaries. When news of Genophage cure spread, these drifters were contacted by their clans and urged to join Shepard's forces against the Reapers. After centuries of aimless brawls and bleak futures, Krogan everywhere are heeding the call. And the Turians have some backing there too. The 43rd Marine Division. Did I actually read the 79th Flotilla? Centuries left, the flotilla continues to the right. Fireback movie. Nope. The 43rd Marine Division. Was founded during the ancient unification wars that rocked Palaven over 2,000 years ago. The 43rd maintains relations with other council races, running joint training exercises with Asari, Salarian, and more recently, Alliance military forces. Knowing how their allies fight has become an asset, as the 43rd troops have the discipline and experience to integrate into any army on any battlefield. The 7th Turian Fleet. was assigned the privilege and burden of guarding the Crucible during the weapons construction and deployment. The fleet flies constant surveillance around the massive device, coordinating with Alliance security patrols and VI-run counterintelligence programs. The 7th Fleet knows what it would cost the galaxy if the Reapers breached their defenses. Every vessel's captain is prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice if it ensures the Crucible's safety. Update. Recovering the legendary banner of the 1st Regiment lifted the spirits of overworked Turian forces. Just like that. And the engineering corps of the Turians. In a society where the military is synonymous with the government, the Turian Engineering Corps is responsible for everything from maintaining sidewalks to creating spaceports. Their fame spread beyond Palawan after they helped repair the damage done to the Citadel by Sovereign in record time. TEC engineers view the Crucible as the greatest challenge of their career and have sped up the building process with their expertise and equipment. Nice. So we're basically ready, but not just yet. Let's see, where's the diplomat? Gone. Wrex is also gone. Everyone else doesn't seem to have to say anything, which is okay. But it seems as if there's one more force missing that we could utilize. Like the top left selection in the data.
See the vids of the Maw taking down the Reaper? Man, I wish I could have been there.
I'm just glad the diplomats are off the ship. A Krogan and a Turian in the same room is a fight waiting to happen.
You're just gonna get some pictures, because no one steps in between those two.
Commander, Admiral Hackett has requested your help with a Cerberus fighter base on Novaria.
Oh, yeah.
The Turians have given us top-level access to their combat data. Their ships are already moving in to help the Alliance fleet. You actually secured a Krogan-Turian alliance. It's one thing to hear about Commander Shepard. It's another to see him in action. Commander?
And you... Whoa. That's a lot of messages. So, your regrettable decision. Dalactras Linron. Commander, I'm deeply disappointed by your actions on Tuchanka. As I thought I made clear, curing the Genophage will have long-term consequences. Once the Reaper threat has passed, our combined forces will be so depleted that no race in the galaxy will be capable of stopping a resurgent Krogan. Moreover, the Krogan will undoubtedly seek revenge for the Genophage, and the Salarian Union will be among their first targets. When that day comes, Commander, the blood of my people will be on your hands. I'm ashamed to also learn that our own scientist sacrificed his life carrying out your orders. This is a dark day, not only for my people, but of all galactic civilization. Dalatras Linron, Salarian Union. Making babies. Or Urdnot Wrex. Making babies, again, will be fun. Soon as this war's over, let's just say I'll do my part to build our numbers back up. You really came through for us. I'm proud to call you my friend. Eve is in the Kelphic Valley, enlisting support from the other clans and spreading the word. She's going to be a great leader. Most of the males won't like me sharing power with her, but too bad, I run the show. We're off to save the Turians now, since apparently they forget how to hold a gun. Impressive work, General Corinthus. Commander Shepard, when you first arrived on Menai, I had a hard time seeing how you flying off with one of our best generals would benefit our fight against the Reapers. However, as I now watch Turian and Krogan fighters working together to take down a Reaper destroyer, I must admit I'm impressed. You've brokered an alliance that many thought impossible. Palawan might be saved after all. With great respect, General Corinthus, Menai Command. Still fighting. From Liara. Dear Commander Shepard, I don't know if you've seen the articles, but the people of Zeus Hope are fighting again. This time, it's the Reaper instead of the Geth. I'm not sure if you remember me, but you helped me back on Ilium. The Thorian is dead now, I can confirm that, but the spores in our bodies remain, and on some level, we are still connected. This is not necessarily a bad thing. As we fight back the Reapers, we feel each other and act with one mind, ignoring pain when the need arises. I'm sure I'm still indoctrinated. I remember Sovereign's voice in my mind when I went willingly to the Thorian as its thrall, but my connection to the people of Zeus Hope is stronger. It drowns out the Reaper voices. This situation is imperfect and dangerous. Perhaps the colonists should separate for their own safety. But with one mind, the untrained fight with the skill of veteran commanders. Our force is strong. I have not forgotten how you helped us, how you spared us. We are leaving Pharos soon, and when the time comes, we will fight with you, Shiala. And the Alliance News Network, an article about Reapers. Pharos. A group of colonists on Pharos have mounted a defensive against arriving Reaper forces, holding them back long enough for civilians from nearby colonies to escape. The informal militia from Zeus Hope said to be survivors of a savage Geth attack several years ago, has repelled initial Reaper landing attempts with a level of wartime competence more common to seasoned platoons. The colonies are using improvised weapons as well as supplies salvaged from a defunct exogeny facility. This colony is our home. Colony spokesperson Lisbeth Bainham said, "We've survived worse and we know how to fight together." The colony is expected to have time for full evacuation before more Reaper forces arrive. Huh. So the Thorian actually... Ooh. We just acquired it. We actually had it acquired before, it's just that right now we have read the text. Yahoy.
Alright, my turn. What's the first order an Alliance commander gives at the start of combat?
I give up.
Correct.
Alright, big guy. What do you call it when a Turian gets killed by a horrible spiky monster?
Friendly fire. Come on, that one goes back to Shang-Chi.
You gotta respect the classics.
How many humans does it take to activate a dormant mass relay?
602. 600 to vote on it, 1 to ask the Asari for technical help, and 1 to request a seat on the council afterward. How do you know when a Turian's out of ammo?
He switches to the stick up his ass as a backup weapon. Why does the Alliance hire pilots with brittle bone disease?
You're shitting me. The Turian Military has one about me?
Oh, absolutely. I heard it myself from a private back on Palaven.
Alright, why does the Alliance hire pilots with brittle bone disease?
So their Marines can beat someone in hand-to-hand drills.
Damn, you need to tell James that one. Hey, what's the hardest part about treating a Turian who took a rocket to one side of his face?
Figuring out which side took the rocket.
Never thought I'd see the Krogan and the Turians team up. Even the Reapers have to be a little nervous about pissing them off.
I'd say more than a little.
I'm sorry about Morden.
He was a good man.
Yeah, he was always running those tests. And one time he tagged me in the middle of the night to ask how many livers humans had. And this bump on my elbow? He said it was just a mild bone deformation, but I'm pretty sure he stuck a probe in there.
Glad it was just your elbow.
I always thought he was crazy. Useful, but crazy. Then he gives up his own life.
To save the Krogan. Doesn't do much to disprove the crazy theory, huh?
I guess not. But he was one of ours.
So now that we got the Krogan and the Turians, what now?
The Krogan help us turn the tide on Palaven. They can shoot at something useful for a change.
Dig till we hit daylight, huh? Works for me.
So how does it feel knowing Krogan will be singing songs about you until the end of time? I think it would be an honor.
We do feel good. Yeah, definitely.
There's enough misery in this universe. It's nice to see something go right for a change.
Can't say I've ever really witnessed history in the making like this. Well, except for Sovereign attacking the Citadel, and then there was the Collector base, but this one felt good. And let's hope Wrex keeps running the show on Tuchanka. Maybe we should hire a food taster for him. Imagine the carnage if some young, hot-headed Krogan took over.
It could happen.
I know, it's a chance we have to take, but I have to say, if it wasn't my own world that needed the help, I might have taken that Salarian deal.
Never crossed my mind. Was I tempted? Nah.
I could never bring myself to do that, no matter what I was offered.
I admire your restraint, Shepard. It's nice when we can save the galaxy without destroying another race along the way.
Let's hope our luck holds.
I wonder where all the Krogan will live now. I've never seen what you'd call a house on Tuchanka. I wonder where all the Krogan will live now. I've never seen what you'd call a house on Tuchanka.
Commander?
Oh, so Edie's gone. Okay, that's weird. Where is she? Probably somewhere down the crew deck also. Nothing there. And yeah, we did unlock some war asset kind of thingy, so let's just start from the bottom with a shuttle bay. There's someone missing there. Oh, and didn't I get myself some interesting? No. I thought I got there. Maybe? Maybe not. Thought I got something. Or was it a helmet? Yes, it was some helmety kind of thingy. The death mask. What does it do? Melee damage. Alright. That's a sentry thing with a shield booster. Shield regeneration. Maybe shields are better than health. Who knows? Looks interesting. But you have to deactivate that in the menu, so all the helmets don't interfere. But no, I don't even get any bonuses from the helmets, even if I want to deactivate it and whatnot. Definitely not good. Oh yeah, wait. And I got myself a different weapon. A shoddy. Which one is it? No. No. Yes. The Grawl Spike Thrower. Also decent damage. Look at that thing. Maybe it's better. The Grawl is one of a long line of Krogan weapons used to hunt Thresher Maws. Its ammunition consists of oversized flashes meant to pierce Thresher hide and create deep wounds, channels leading to massive blood loss. For additional firepower, the weapon is double-barreled and, as a last resort, possesses blades to cause internal injuries if the wielder is swallowed by the Thresher. Using a Grawl on a humanoid target has predictably grisly effects. Its shots can be charged for more damage. Okay. But you have the Claymore, which does more damage, but it's also extremely heavy. And you have that thrower thingy. So the damage is comparable, but the power recharge penalty is not as high, which is actually quite nice. But yeah, it's just, I know, wait, did I get any mods for this? Maybe. Accuracy bonus, high caliber thingy, the melee stuff, and... no. Decent damage, though. Decent damage. Or was it? Something that looked like that. But anyway, we don't go for this one. And there's Predator, Scorpion. Both of those are not new. And the Phalanx. Okay, so this was a different one. Damage is slightly higher, but the Scorpion is actually better than when it comes to damage. Which is the one that we have equipped. Uh-huh. Yeah, look at that. I could go with the Phalanx. Let's see. We're definitely going for power. Don't know about the other one. Shooting through obstacles may be useful, but nah. I think we're gonna go for something like this. Good. Still 200. I mean, when it comes to damage, if I take this one, it already has lowered weight, so that's not that important. What we got here? Materials free. Maybe I can get myself a slightly better mod for this one. So let's keep that phalanxy thingy. These are just weapon upgrades, not the thing that I'm looking for. I just want to use a flamethrower. Nothing in here throws flames. My favorite weapon is nowhere to be found. Okay, let's see. Anything mod related? Pistols, Gav Plasma SMG, Spectre shops, Defender, Eagle, Valiant. The Eagle looks like one of the yeah, looks like a human-made Salarian weapon, kind of. Let's see, Valiant, Cruise, nope. Typhoon thingy, Harrier, Wraith, Black Widow, no. Nothing there. But this one does a ton of damage. It would just be nice to see the damage numbers on this thing before you buy it. Because it is so expensive. Okay, what else? Pistol magazine, piercing, and beetle mods. All of them level 3. Assault, never rival again. 30% on the power, recharge speed, and on the damage. It makes like a... Yeah, no other armor is as good as this one when it comes to power usage. Oh, look at this. Medigel. So we do have to go to the Citadel anyway, but now we know that we can get at least one upgrade. So let's see. Power damage 30, shields. The recharge isn't as high. Maybe we don't need the recharge because this one has pretty decent damage numbers. Okay, Battalion State Arms. That's a lot of stuff. That is a lot of stuff. Maybe instead of going for all of this aggressive kind of damage, maybe we should focus on something more defensive like this one, like health plus 20, shield plus 20, and shield regen speed also plus 20. This is actually pretty good when it comes to defense. Keeps you alive. And the damage just comes from your normal scaling or whatnot. That could be very useful. Because now... I don't really see the numbers, but let's see. This one has health 10, 20, 30, 40%. Okay. And maybe a little bit more. So, yeah, 40% health bonus. The numbers are just slightly different, but none of this is actually better.
You think that cure they dispersed could do anything to us? We're not going to start growing scales or anything, right?
Depends.
Maybe now that we have the Krogan on board, we can go back to fighting the Reapers. I was looking at the specs on that Reaper you took out on Tuchanka. That was one of the small ones? Don't get me wrong, it's still dead, but damn. There was nothing small about it. Hey, Commander. Hey, Commander.
Yep. Nothing about the whole thing. Ah, there's Cortez.
Commander? Commander?
And no chatter in here. Oh. Why does it feel as if there's an item hidden there? Maybe I already picked it up and I just don't remember anymore. Probably. So, let's see. Does Alice have to say anything?
Genophage cure, huh? This beats the hell out of reporting on the Milgram City Council.
I don't think I've heard of Milgram. Which planet is that again?
Beckenstein. It's right next door to the Citadel. I'm a colony kid.
What?
Commander,
You settling in, Javik?
I believe some of the crew wishes to be my friend. That is not my purpose here. Also, I find I need to wash my hands. The residue of the ship is strong.
How so?
I have been exploring. There are traces of those who lived on the Normandy before. I detected a human female. Her genetic structure was unnatural, as if artificially created.
Sounds like Miranda.
And a Drell. There was illness in him.
Thane.
and a Krogan who lived in these quarters. He was undergoing a metamorphosis. His memories were confused, not organic to his mind. There was great confusion and turmoil.
I still can't wrap my head around that. Reading information like you do.
For my people, it was as natural as breathing.
Evolution's an amazing force.
Our scientists believed it was the only force in the galaxy that mattered. They called it the cosmic imperative. The strong flourished, the weak perished. The governments of your cycle seem concerned with ensuring the survival of all.
Was this imperative just your scientist's opinion? Or did they prove something we don't know?
The universe had already proven it. They only had to look around.
And saw what exactly?
Extinction is the rule of law in the cosmos, the natural order of things. The weakest species are doomed.
Do the weak need protection? The weak hold us back. Okay. Well, in this case, without the weak, the strong don't have anything to rule over, right?
It's the duty of the strong to protect the weak. Otherwise, we'd have anarchy.
But those who had nothing to offer would be eliminated.
So conflict should be a way of life?
Evolution demands it. The strong grow stronger by dominating the weak. It is for the greater good of all. Though I do not think your Asari approves of my beliefs.
Liara? I think she just had a different idea about what Protheans were like.
We are all a product of our time. Had I been born in this cycle, perhaps I would be the noble scholar she wishes me to be.
You think you'd like that? It's a whole different line of work.
I wouldn't know. Living a life of constant war. Taking life in every battle.
I see how it could be tough to see outside the box.
It is the only box I have known. It shapes me, as stone is shaped by the one who carves it. The stone has no choice in the form it will take. You and I, Commander. War is our sculptor, and we are prisoners to its design.
Maybe not much longer. We win this, and we'll both be set free.
As one teensy-weensy aspect about the stone business. You cannot make any sculpture out of any kind of stone, because the stone itself has an internal structure, and only the thing that actually fits inside the stone, something that is equal or representative of that stone, can be turned into a sculpture, or can be taken out of that stone. You can't just create anything, because it will break at a very, very annoying point, and then you're just gonna throw the whole thing away. Because you wanted to make the structure without knowing what the stone actually is. It's not just some clay kind of thing that you can model and that breaks afterwards. No, stone is slightly different. So, yeah.
You have killed a Reaper. I would like to have seen it. No matter. There will be more.
Plenty more.
Yes. A difficult fight remains. I have heard about the offer the Salarians made. I would have accepted it, and not told the Krogan. Morality and friendship do not matter now. Your allies are simply resources to use against the Reapers. If the Krogan seek retribution for the past, do not waste time on sterility plagues. Destroy them where they stand. In the meantime, they are useful cannon fodder against the Reapers. Do not care what others think. Do what you must. Do not care what others think. Do what you must.
Interesting. If you do what you must, you just act like a robot. Therefore, there's no actual behavior or no other guiding force there. It's a natural approach of things, just doing whatever you want to do. Well, in this case, you don't want to do things. You just do them because for some reason you believe it or not. But there's a difference between internal will and external will.
Gabi, have you ever seen recordings of Liara's mother, Matriarch Benesia?
Yes, what about her?
And remember Samara, the Asari Justica?
Where are you going with this, Kenneth?
Have you noticed that older Asari women seem to be a bit more ample? Do you think they just keep growing.
Kenneth!
I think I'll spend my sunset days in an Asari retirement home.
If I don't kill you first. My board is green.
Shepard.
And yes, that's a thing with Asari.
Commander.
They grow, even in old age. Especially in old age. I always go to the left. It's always the wrong one. Wait, can we trigger another interaction? The answer is no. Alright, so we did also unlock a few more side missions. That's good. So Irun is now become available. What was the other one? Noveria or whatever. Let's see. Why is it that we have a toilet but no one actually has to be ever? And there's no like... Okay, that's weird. Was there someone in here before and we just missed them? This room is supposed to be empty. Why is there a cup of coffee? We don't even know if it's coffee or not, but let's just... Oh! Yeah, she's back in her little lab. Let's see, no one there. Wanna know what this book is? We don't even... Come on, we have to salute back as well.
Commander.
So where is Edie? Aha!
What are you up to now?
I am uploading data on the destroyed Reaper to the Turians. They are investigating possible Reaper structural weakness. Our data says Reaper capital ships such as Sovereign are of unique design. However, smaller Reaper destroyers bear similarities.
That one was small?
Relatively, yes. Ground attack ships are only 160 meters in height. Sovereign was approximately 2 kilometers.
Well, keep talking to the Turians. If there's a chink in the Reaper's armor, we all need to know it.
Hello, Shepard.
It's still kind of surprising that one of the best shaped well, mech, robot, whatever, synthetic life form was made by Cerberus. Something that, well, I mean, it's technological, yes, but still, it's more focused on a human-first approach. It's weird.
Any sign of life?
The Reaper destroyed by the Thresher Maw appears to be completely inert, Doctor. We would need to send in teams to be sure.
Out of the question. Tell the Krogan to stay away.
Okay. Hey, mass relay traffic reports. Increased or decrease in recent relay traffic. Mass relays. Widow, 95% increase, so they are running away there, it seems. Or towards, there's something happening there. Omega 2 relay, 65% increase. Everything in... Okay, Tassala, or Tassale, 32% increase. Signhunt, it decreased, 43%. Pelion, decrease. Sharon is unavailable, and Shang-Chi Theta is also unavailable. Okay, this is weird. 2 relays have been destroyed or taken offline. Interesting. But what does it mean if a number is high or a number gets lower? Does it mean that there's nothing there that happens anymore? As like, if... I mean, do the Reapers use the relays? Maybe. If they do, then... maybe a lot of Reapers use it at once, and then people get scared, and then they use the relay as well, therefore increasing traffic. So where the mass relays have the highest activity, this is where the Reapers may probably be. So that may be it. And if the activity decreases, then it only decreases because they are gone and have been destroyed or are going to, or whatever.
The Genophage cured. The Krogan have no reason to hold back now, do they? Wrex knows what he's doing, but can he keep the Krogan in check? Or will this be the start of another Krogan empire?
I mean, we do have the Ragnar, right?
Eve's organizing the female Krogan. She reminds me of some of the more formidable matriarchs I've known. The Krogan won't let themselves fall by the wayside again. Not like they did after the rebellions. We'll have to get used to them having a bigger part in the galaxy. I hope the Krogan live up to their ancient legacy, and for the better. It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
Thank you for the data packet. The results are available on the Information Network terminal.
So, now we're here. Is there anything else?
Commander?
I was just checking our cabin if we can call someone up there. Probably not. Nope. Nope. What? That's weird. Okay, so we activated their head. There. Sometimes it interacts with their head. That's weird. And some other times it doesn't. That's just fish. Feed the fish in the tank. So then, yeah, before we actually interact with the galaxy map, we're going to, what do we do next? We know that we have to go to the Citadel. Oh yeah, there's another asset thingy in the wall.
Commander Shepard.
Got another update from one of those messages, so let's just check up on that. We are in the green. Absolutely amazing. So, Alliance, and it is the Zeus Hope colony. The Asari Shiala was rescued by Commander Shepard from the Thorian on Zeus Hope. Now she leads a militia of Zeus Hope's colonists, waging a surprisingly effective campaign against encroaching Reapers. Shiala suspects the group's prior connection to the Thorian gives their soldiers an uncanny ability to sense one another, allowing them to think and act as one in battle. The long-term consequences of this connection are unknown, but for now at least, its effects are helping the cause. And it is a very cool thing. So, a green Asari actually looks kind of nice. Maybe Asari do come in different colors as well.
Commander Shepard.
Maybe not just blue. You know that they can become green, but what about like a reddish or yellowy kind of Asari? Be interesting. Okay. What else we got? Journal. Priority Citadel. Yeah, this is also something else. Cerberus Fighter Base. This was the Noveria thing? Yeah. So we have to go to Noveria, then we have to go to Irun, and then there are some heater thingy, whatever stuff. Something that we need to finish on the Citadel. So maybe, we can go to the Citadel at the end, and we're going to land and do some side missions on Noveria and Irun. That's a good thing. Oh, look at that.
Thresher Maws are subterranean carnivores that spend their entire lives eating or searching for something to eat. Threshers reproduce via spores that can lie dormant for millennia, yet are robust enough to survive prolonged periods in deep space and atmospheric re-entry. As a result, Thresher spores appear on many worlds, spread by previous generations of space travelers. The body of a Thresher never entirely leaves the ground. Only the head and tentacles erupt from the Earth to attack. In addition to physical attacks, Threshers have the ability to project toxic chemicals and emit bursts of infrasound as a shockwave weapon. The Alliance first encountered Threshers on the colony of Akuz in 2177. After contact was lost with the Pioneer team, Marine units were deployed to investigate. The shore parties were set upon by hungry Threshers, and nearly the entire assault force was killed. Alliance forces recommend engaging Threshers with vehicle-mounted heavy weapons.
Definitely a good thing to do. Alright, let's keep it at this Codex entry and do some others at another time. Like and subscribe, of course, as usual. And ta-ta.